Crypto Crunch: Innovation, Volatility and Regulatory Hurdles.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. And thank you for joining us on this discussion on a very dynamic intersection in the finance and crypto industry. So we're going to talk about the adoption of crypto payments within iGaming sector. My name is Tanja Dimitrijevic. I'm head of legal of Acre Group, and I'll be moderating this panel. We'll be exploring the regulatory landscape, the technological challenges, and the future of crypto payments in iGaming sector. So as we all know, crypto is currently reshaping the traditional financial systems and consequently the payment systems around the world by introducing instant settlements, low transaction fees, and it's actually increasing the accessibility to global audience. However, we are operating in a highly regulated market, and integrating crypto payments does not come without certain challenges. I'm joined by a group of amazing experts in these fields, and I'll actually ask them to introduce themselves.
Thank you, Tanja. My name is Graziella Grech, and I am the Chief Operations Officer of FinanceMalta. FinanceMalta is a public-private foundation set up to promote Malta as an international financial center, and is also a member-based foundation having over 270 members. We aim to position Malta as a global financial hub and to provide visibility to our members to grow and prosper in the local and financial services industry and abroad.
Thank you, Graziella.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Eran Shay, and I'm the Managing Director of Benefit Business Solutions. We are a consultancy firm based on the famous Rock of Gibraltar, where we assist both online gaming companies and crypto companies and some other financial services companies to become regulated there, and with the entire setup over there.
Hi, my name is Lior. I'm COO at XBO.com. XBO is a crypto exchange licensed and operating in Europe and globally. And in this regard, we are focused on providing crypto payment solutions for operators to accept payments in crypto and to get instant settlements in fiat.
Hi everyone, I'm James Candy, CEO and founder of CandyPay. We're a banking and crypto fintech consultancy that specialises in mitigating risk for corporates, high net worths and individuals around the world that struggle to bank. We work closely with a lot of regulated FIs around the world and help them solve issues and mitigate their risk.
Thank you all. Eran, I would like to start with you. And is there an appetite among regulators across the EU to allow gaming operators to accept cryptocurrencies as a payment method? And with MiCA coming into force, and for those who are not familiar with it, but I'm pretty sure everyone is now, MiCA is set to standardize crypto regulation across EU. So will this have any impact on the crypto adoption?
Well, obviously, based in Gibraltar, I have very close relations with the Gibraltar Gambling Commissioner. And in a recent panel and a conference that I participated with him, he was actually telling me, look, I'd be delighted if the operators in Gibraltar would be accepting crypto. So from a regulatory perspective, yes, there is the appetite, but he was telling me, look, the operators themselves do not show so much of an appetite at the moment to accept crypto. So again, don't forget, in Gibraltar we have some of the biggest online gaming operators in the world, and given that they are publicly listed companies, most of them, I guess it's a bit more challenging for them to start adopting crypto now. But from a regulatory perspective, if you look at some of the EU regulators, and especially now that MiCA is being rolled out and implemented across the EU, the appetite, I think, is there from a regulatory perspective for the operators to embrace crypto, because otherwise what we are seeing is the development of crypto-only casinos, for example, which are mostly unregulated. So it's in the interest of the regulators for the operators to accept crypto in order to bring them to the mainstream so that all of the operators are within both the online gaming regulations and within MiCA. So overall, yes, there is, I think, the appetite there from a regulatory perspective. And I think also from the user's perspective, there is an appetite, not only because crypto is an easy form of payment, but because just the other week I was reading on, I think it was Sky News, was reporting about how people who are very much betting online and all that have been refused mortgages because of the transparency, because the banks are able to monitor their transactions. And so they think, oh, if this person is betting so and so many times on in a casino, maybe he has an addiction. So perhaps we would not, we would be less encouraged to give that person a mortgage. But if those transactions were done in crypto, all that information would be beyond their ability to see that. So from the user perspective, there is the appetite. From the regulatory perspective, there is the appetite. I think it's just in the hands of the operators at the moment to embrace crypto, obviously become regulated under MiCA or any other regulatory regime, and enjoy it from there.
Thank you for that. So Graziella, since we are in Malta and we are really well known that Malta positioned itself well in the iGaming sector and is trying to do that now with crypto, has been doing that actually for years now. So what's the unique value proposition that Malta has?
So Malta has established itself as a leading jurisdiction both in the crypto and the iGaming framework. It's not a surprise that Malta is being known as the fintech, crypto and blockchain island. So for us, this is already a certificate that Malta is on the global map when it comes to these very important sectors. Now, in terms of the regulatory framework, if we go back to 2018, Malta was already there, introduced the Virtual Financial Assets Act, and also alongside the Malta Digital Innovation Authority, they were providing clarity about the blockchain and crypto space. And now that we are also approaching MiCA, we are already compliant with MiCA, which also makes us very attractive in terms of jurisdictions.
And it's funny that you mentioned 2018 because when the act came into force, everyone took a sort of a step back and they said that Malta is over-regulating the industry.
Exactly.
And it's not being really friendly to it. But what now, 6 years after, it turns out it was a really good step, right?
Correct. Also the fact that the Malta Gaming Authority has been established quite a few years ago also with lots of experience. This gives clear and effective regulation and ensuring a fair, secure and transparent gaming environment. I have also to mention that one of the key value propositions that Malta offers is the open door approach that the regulators adopt. Many of our members tell us that when they want to do appointments with the MFSA and the MGA, it is very easy to do so. This is something that other jurisdictions have issues.
And so if I'm correct to say that there is good cooperation between MGA and MFSA, and another additional benefit is that iGaming operators who are operating in Malta, if they want to implement crypto as a payment and are using the VFA provided from Malta, they're not facing the challenges they would if they were trying to get to onboard someone who does not have a Maltese license, right?
Correct. Actually, whoever wants to obtain a license in Malta and is already in the iGaming space can very easily have an appointment with the head of fintech proposition within the MFSA, and obviously within the regulation that Malta is adopting and has adopted throughout the past years. It is quite a streamlining process, if I can say so, to have this license here in Malta.
Okay, thank you for that. Now, your perspective from someone who is on the side of the centralized exchanges, right, and it's servicing the gaming operators. What we would like to understand is there a demand for the adoption and implementation of the cryptocurrencies? And if so, what are those challenges that the operators are facing, both from compliance and the technical side?
Okay, that's an interesting question. So basically, XBO operating and licensed in Europe and globally, so we try to provide to all the gambling operators the crypto processing solution and crypto corporate services. And we see, although if we look globally, crypto adoption is still quite low, depending to if you compare it to the fiat, for example. Only 10 to 15% globally are using crypto right now, which is still very low, although you hear about crypto very much, and especially with the Trump election and the US and the Bitcoin prices. So there's a lot of noise about the crypto, but still the adoption is just growing. We see a lot of crypto adoption in the global markets, LATAM, Asia Pacific, Brazil, Europe still have very developed fiat solutions. And if we're talking about MiCA and the regulation, there is still, we are still waiting for the full bank adoption. There is bank solution and basically the whole crypto to fiat solution. This is what we provide on the crypto exchange to the operators that want, and we see the demands from the retail clients to use the crypto as an instant solution without on the technology advantages. However, we do expect MiCA with all its complexity, which are significant, and there's a lot of expensive compliance services and operational services, not to mention some negative impacts on the privacy of blockchain, if we're talking about travel rules. So, it's, as we said, it's a completely different subject, but there's a lot of complexity in implementation of MiCA. But even if you work globally and you still have ties to Europe, you will still need to be applying MiCA requirements. So the positive impact of it is we do see coming into 2025, we do see the more traditional financial institutions coming into the crypto space, more investments coming into the crypto space, and the bank adoption. We do believe that the bank adoption will increase and create stability and transparency across the market regarding the compliance requirements, which is not right now depending on legal opinions and others. And so the risk level will be dramatically reduced.
So basically, we talk a lot about the regulation. We talk about a lot of about the adoption of cryptocurrencies, but is there an interest from the players to actually use crypto as a payment method? And obviously, I think the decision from the operators as to whether or not they should be implementing this as a payment method is supported by the interest of the users. So are users actually interested in this?
So, yes. So as Eran already mentioned, you can see a lot of huge operators globally that are doing crypto only, and they are huge. You see a dramatic increase in those operators like Stake and others. So you do see the volume from the retail, and there are basic advantages as far as the instant of the transaction on the blockchain and transparency. So once it's on the blockchain, you can see the hash and you can look at it. So no more question regarding bank transfers and wire transfers and declines. No, there's no questions about it because you can see it on the blockchain. We do have AML services and we do have compliance, of course, but at least the level of transparency is you cannot compare it to the more traditional financial institutions like banks and cards. So there is huge advantages from both sides, operators and the retail clients. But the only question is whether you use crypto, yes or no, because the retail clients that adopted crypto for sure will use crypto and will continue to use crypto. And the way I see it right now, the trend is only positive because the more retail clients will adopt crypto, for sure, eventually we believe it will be their preferred payment method.
I mean, you were right to say that now around the US election and even Elon Musk again supporting crypto, I think we're going to see more and more adoption. James, to add on everything that we were saying, so do you see crypto adoption as being more prominent in the emerging markets at the moment, or is there a potential for EU market to become more receptive of crypto in the coming months?
Cool. So at CandyPay, we see a huge rise in cryptocurrency, especially stable coins being used in emerging markets like Southeast Asia, Africa, and LATAM. Especially due to the less sophisticated banking system that these jurisdictions have. We see that fintechs are rising. It's a lot easier for individuals to utilize fintech deposits to gain access to cryptocurrency to allow them to deposit onto casinos. But in terms of the emerging markets, we at CandyPay, we help clients who deal with restricted markets. So currencies that are closed border, they may struggle to deposit their funds. So the rise in cryptocurrency helps the individuals that we service with speed. And I think in terms of where the EU are, with the regulations of MiCA becoming more sophisticated, the emerging markets are racing ahead in respect to utilizing cryptocurrency because it's easier to use and it's become the only option.
Okay, great. So I think the initial narrative around crypto and blockchain was to actually open the door to unbanked and everything. So we are actually seeing that playing out in the emerging markets. So for all of you now, the last question is, looking ahead to 2025, what trends do you accept will shape the future of crypto payments in iGaming? And James, we can start with you and then move back this side.
Yeah, no problem. So CandyPay has recently moved to Dubai, and as we see the gaming sector increasing in terms of licenses, especially with Ras Al Khaimah in 27 becoming live with land-based casinos, we see that the online gaming space will follow suit at some point. So in terms of regulations, we'll be set up so that we can transition operators as we see land-based casinos gaining more traction and operators slowly transitioning over to the UAE, where we'll be set up to help and assist these businesses.
Thank you.
All right. So as far as 2025, we expect similar to what happened in the gaming industry in 2005 when the regulation was implemented. You can see the big players survive and prosper while some are exiting the market. We do expect the same on the crypto payment solution. The ones that came prepared will be able to advance and provide those services to all the operators and stabilize the market, and some of them will exit the market. But eventually, we do believe that it will grow and continue to grow, and we put our hopes in it.
Thank you.
I think the main challenge in 2025 and in the coming future for the adaptation of crypto is mostly from a compliance perspective. Don't forget, you are seeing within the crypto space, you have new forms of entities such as DAOs, distributed autonomous organizations. You see DeFi structures. So the normal KYC onboarding processes, basically the providers of those KYC and on those compliance technologies, we need to adapt and expand and their technologies perhaps and the way that they do their business in order to be able to accept those new forms of entities. And the other important factor is cybersecurity. We are seeing, obviously, not only in the online gaming, where we've seen a lot of cybersecurity attacks, also on crypto. And in order to enhance consumers' confidence in it, in order to enhance the regulators' confidence that the operators can deliver a safe gaming environment in crypto, cybersecurity would have to be tightened and be demonstrated that it is capable of protecting customers' money.
Cybersecurity is something that everyone loves, I think. Thank you for that. No, no.
Thank you so much. So, apart from the MiCA introduction in 2025, we believe that crypto payments in iGaming will continue to increase, driven by technological advancements and regulatory developments. We'll likely see wider adoption of stablecoins and blockchain solutions, and also decentralized finance, which could disrupt the sector by offering more transparent, low-fee transaction through smart contracts.
Thank you. Thank you all. And we'll leave the stage now.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, everyone.